Hi everyone, Coach K here. What I'm going to go through today is what you should all realize as a stopping emotional and chill session. I'm going to explain what actually is happening with Binance and why you really should not be freaking out and why BNB dropped and why it pretty much only dropped because of emotional people getting into the turmoil, and then other people like whales and other traders going, ooh, this is a juicy spot to short or get out of BNB and other cryptocurrencies on Binance to be able to get more later and actually buy the dip that will happen because of emotion. And why BTC also pumped because of it. So let's jump in. Before we do that, guys, do me a favor, smash up some likes, click on that subscribe button, and let's jump in. I'll share my screen right now, and we'll do that. So the first thing that happened yesterday before all this, I was out, so I couldn't actually capitalize on it, unfortunately, but Binance came out and said, we're going to introduce Binance.us. So if you go to Binance.us, it's actually the site ready. They're getting ready in the next 90 days to roll out Binance US. Now, obviously, you could have expected the next thing to happen, which was we're not going to let US citizens use Binance.com. Surprise, surprise. Now, I'm going to tell you why that doesn't actually matter. Binance US will ban a ton of cryptocurrencies. And you're probably asking, well, what cryptocurrencies will they ban? And that's a really good question. And I'm going to get into which ones might be banned and where you might be able to find those ones anyways. So, that's something that's interesting, right? Like, where would you be able to find those? And you're probably saying, how is that even possible? Well, I'm going to show you why that's actually possible. So, and how you can do it. And CZ even mentioned this before. He may have been cueing you in on what actually is happening. So we have Binance.us. So the first thing I'm telling you is chill. Because what are they going to do? Binance.us will transfer all the US clients into Binance.us. There'll be the US version of Binance that'll be regulated in the US, which will not cause problems for Binance, and will have the SEC off of CZ's back because they will make sure that whatever cryptocurrencies are on the platform are all okay by the US SEC. And then Binance.com can do its thing without worrying so much because people will do their KYC on Binance.com, and obviously they won't have to worry about as much being Binance than they would if they had US citizens trading, because the SEC is super powerful from the United States. Okay, so now that that's all out, let's look at what actually happened after this. So they said, hey, we're going to have this Binance.us. So everyone was like, cool, they're going to open a Binance US, and then they dropped this bomb. They said, hey, fellow Binanceans, as a part of our continuing compliance efforts, Binance constantly reviews user accounts to improve the platform security and to comply with global compliance requirements. Accordingly, some users may be required to furnish evidence showing that their account registrations are consistent with their terms of use. I'll show you that in a second. Binance regrettably cannot continue to serve users who are found to have violated the terms of use and are unable to demonstrate otherwise. So after 90 days, effective on September 12th, 2000, is it September? Yeah, it's September 12th, 2019. Users who are not in accordance with Binance terms of services will continue to have access, so you will not get denied, to your funds and your wallets, but you cannot trade or deposit on Binance.com. Terms of use. So let's look at those terms of use so you can understand why people were freaking out. And I'm going to show you what CZ said as well, so you can understand as well why people were freaking out even more. It's almost like they played us, really. Ultimately, it's like they played us, because it really comes down to is this. They come out and they post this, and people start posting it all over the internet. And it says, and I quote, you represent, it says that the UN Security Council sanctions list, so those people cannot, and are placed on the U.S. Commerce Department's denied persons list. Binance is unable to provide services to any U.S. person. Binance maintains the right to select its markets and jurisdictions to operate, and may restrict or deny the services in certain countries at its discretion. So people start posting this. People miss the first original news that they have Binance US coming, and it's not going to be a problem because it's going to be in 90 days after they do this. and they only read this in the morning and they freak out that US citizens will not be able to use Binance. I had a friend of mine message me and say, I can't get in my Binance account. Like, what's going on? Are we really blocked out? I said, dude, like, chill, man. You have 90 days. There's no way that's going to happen. So the whole thing here is you got to just relax, because what is going to happen is this. Binance is going to go, all right, here's the situation, guys. All you guys that are US citizens that are using Binance.com, they're going to open Binance.us, and you'll just transfer seamlessly over to Binance.us, and that will pretty much be all of it. And if you are on Binance.com and you aren't a US citizen, things will just carry on as they were before. So is there a huge, massive reason to panic? No. The answer is absolutely not. So here is what I'm expecting to happen. I think we're going to have another big pump on BNB when we come and have this AMA on Tuesday, June 18th, which is in a couple days from now. So Binance will come on and he's going to answer, Binance CZ will come on and answer all of your questions and basically kill the FUD that's going around right now. And you're probably going to feel sad as to like what happened and why. Now, a really big question people ask me, then why the hell is ETH and BTC pumping? It's super simple. If you're selling off your altcoins because you're scared that the altcoins on Binance are going to drop because you can't trade them anymore, where are you going to put your crypto if you believe in crypto? Ethereum and Bitcoin, obviously. And what are the two coins that really pumped in the last day pretty much? Coins that A, are not on Binance, and B, coins that are like Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this really made a lot of sense. Usually we sell off our coins to BTC. People were not worried about Bitcoin because Bitcoin wasn't going to get affected by this. So what happened is it was people reacting emotionally. And I even said it yesterday when it was starting to happen, like, people chill. It's going to be fine. And this is why it's important to know that. So last but not least, I wanted to show you guys something that's I found really interesting. And it's a US compliance list for Binance tokens that they have right now, okay? So let me just load this up here and show you what I'm talking about. So we saw that Binance had a little bit of an issue here with the tokens, right? So here are the tokens that are okay. The ones in purple on this sheet right here that you can see are all good. All the other ones are on shaky ground. Here's what you might notice. Things like Matic, things like ENG, projects that are like Seller or PHB or Theta token, Vibe, Wanchain, Wabi, One. Okay, a lot of the projects and almost all the projects that were meant to be on Binance as their REOs are not on this list. Now that doesn't mean they're not going to be on this list. This is just a list of regulated US exchanges that are trading those coins that are in the purple already against ones that aren't. So we have this on this list of the compliant coverage of Binance traded coins. Of course, there's a bunch on that list that are not. But if they took Binance right now today and put all those coins onto Binance US, you still have a ton of great projects you can trade, and I am sure a ton more will actually still be on Binance.us. They're going to just have to figure out the compliance issue of some of these coins, right? So is Binance dead, and is there anything to worry about? No. Is BNB already traded on an actual US exchange? Yes. Yes, it is. So are you worried? You shouldn't be. You really, really shouldn't be. And the whole idea of this video was to tell you guys, this is what's really happening, and there's nothing to worry about, okay? All it's going to do is make competition for guys like Coinbase, because you're going to have another exchange in the US that's regulated, that's doing it the right way. Binance is going to moon because of this, because they're legitimizing their business in the US, where they have a ton of traffic go to their site anyways. So what does this really do for anything? It legitimizes Binance and gives them another stepping stone in the right direction to becoming a larger, more powerful organization, which some people think is bad, some people think is good. I don't really know. I'm kind of in between. I think competition's good as well, so they'll probably compete with the likes of places like Coinbase. And so is that a bad thing, or in Kraken and stuff? No, probably not. Probably a good thing for the industry for that to happen. So the ultimate gist of what I'm trying to say is this. Binance is going nowhere. All it's doing is transferring people from one exchange, Binance.com, to another, Binance.us, in the next 3 months. The only difference that you might see is right in this chart beside me is some of those coins that are in white will probably not be on the Binance.us page. Here's what's another interesting factor to keep in mind. Binance has a DEX. A DEX you can really easily manipulate. Not saying you should, but you can, and even CZ has said it himself, that if you have a Trezor, if I take my Trezor right now, and I live in the US, and I plug that thing in, and I use a VPN, and it says I'm in Thailand, like where I live right now, do you think that the DEX will know any different? Very likely not. And what will happen? I will plug my Trezor in, and I will be able to trade any of those coins in white on Binance DEX. They'll eventually be there. And some of them, if they die off, they weren't meant to be in the first place, and that's not a bad thing either for the industry. So that's what I wanted to end the video on off with. If you found this very helpful and makes you panic in your insides of your emotion chill, it should, because this is just honestly an emotional reaction to something that was not well read by the average user who reacted and saw something bad and did something to, counteract what they thought might happen. Do I think that our market's going to drop a lot? Probably not. We're still looking very bullish in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So just take a breather. When you feel emotional, step away from it, and we're going to just be fine, everyone. So like I said, chill. This has been Coach K. If you found this video very helpful for you and made you calm down, or you like the content, just click on the subscribe button at the bottom of the video. That would be appreciative. If you want to see other videos that I come out with, do click on the bell and smash up some likes, show some love, and send this to your friends who are freaking out, because there are so many. I've gotten so many messages in the last day, and I think this will help a lot of people realize that it's really not a bad thing. It's actually probably for the long term a good thing for the whole entire industry. All right, everyone. Coach K signing out. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.